Alright, so as you remember, we are working on the Peace Dove. It's a nice little window that we're going to put over here in the shower house. It's just replacing, they have an actual painted on the window. It's a nice piece of artwork, and we're going to turn it into this stained glass. So we showed you the other day about how we come up with the pattern and talked about some of the engineering. But once you get your project approved, you want to come back, you want to make sure you go over your pattern real good. I've redrawn this because this line and this line are not the same. I've changed a couple of where the rotations and the curves are, just made it some tiny adjustments to the pattern to make it more mathematically pleasing to the subconscious eye. And so I've redrawn that, and now I'm ready to, this copy here, which is really hard to see, I understand. But this pencil copy here, I will build on. But what I need to do is make another copy of this and make a pattern so I can cut out all the different individual pieces and have a template for each piece of glass I cut. So because I didn't have carbon paper, I just took my pencil and covered this all over the back side. And now we're ready to go ahead and reproduce this image. We don't need a Xerox. We don't need Office Max. We just need old-fashioned ingenuity. So we'll trace this pattern off, and we'll be ready to build. Make sure all my lines are square. Make sure everything's 90 degrees. Check all my corners. And I'm going to go ahead and draw this all up and just make it a muted video because it's quite a process. I hope you enjoyed the lesson for today. Not much learned because everybody knows how to draw and trace, but you got to really make sure that you have things symmetrical. You want to really make sure you got that pattern honed in before you start tracing off for your actual build copy. Now, you know, I'm a little weird. I probably could have ran with it the other way. It would have been just fine, but the changes I made are more artistically pleasing. And that's such an important aspect of pattern making that I just can't overstate it enough. So, tracing your pattern off, making sure you got your copy underneath here. Don't forget to number all your little pieces because we're going to cut all these out with some pattern shears in the next video and prepare our workboard and be ready for cutting. And believe me, when you have this pattern all cut up into a million pieces and they all look like they could be similar, you'll be glad you numbered them. So number them, letter them, draw a color coordinate them, do whatever you want to do. But make sure before you cut this all up into your pattern pieces for your templates that you know how to tell one from the other, because you may think you do now, but trust me, it can get weird when you're looking at a pile of glass with no reference point.